Hello, it is Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. I'm Chris Primo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Wednesday puzzle, and it is a themed puzzle, and perhaps just the tiniest bit more challenging than the last 2 days, although some people did observe yesterday was maybe a bit tricky for a Tuesday puzzle, especially with some less common words like philippic, which was an interesting discovery for me. Anyway, it's a Wednesday puzzle, and this Wednesday edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Henrik Koskinen, David Innes, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Shoalmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support of this channel and their help in keeping this series sustainable for me day after day. So thank you so much to them. Thank you to everybody who has backed the Patreon campaign at any level. I do very much appreciate that. It does keep this thing going. And if you'd like to become a patron yourself, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve, where you can get, as a benefactor, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, or at any level, access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. There's a link in the description field underneath the video where you can also find the link to the Daily Solve Discord chat server. Nice, friendly community. And do also subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you've been enjoying these videos, and why not pass them on to a friend if you think they might be receptive to this kind of thing. And if you're receptive to this kind of thing, like the videos as well. Thank you for anybody who's done any or all of those things I've just listed. Okay, let's get on to the puzzle. This, as I indicated, is a Wednesday puzzle constructed by Jason Reich. This is another debut puzzle this week, so we've had a couple of those, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. It will be themed. We'll have to find out in what manner. Let's start solving. Home to the Viking Ship Museum. My first guess there is, Oslo. Just seems like it would be there, and in four letters especially. So let's check the downs. Like Freud's first stage of development. Oral development? That sort of sounds right to me. Let's keep looking. Assistant with many different voices. Siri, surely. Apple's robot companion servant person. Okay, flip through is to leaf through. And Peabody award-winning radio show about spirituality. Not sure offhand. Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to know this, but perhaps we'll get it with some crosses. It means nothing to the French, so that's a nice, clever clue. It's just a nice, tidy bit of very light misdirection. We just want the word nothing in French, and one of the ways to say nothing in French is rien. So you could say, a common phrase in French is de rien, which means, it's nothing. You say that if someone thanks you for something, and you can say, de rien, it's nothing. Okay, common horse breed, and Arab horse breed, certainly a common one, so that's surely the answer. And so this looks like a theme clue to me. Memoirs of a dance contest champion. So the question mark indicates some bit of punnery or wordplay. That's common, of course, in theme answers. So there are going to be other clues that have something similar to this going on. And what is it? Life, some kind of life on stage or something? Life on stages, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Life of stages. Stages of life. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Life of stages. So the theme could be that we're taking common phrases and we're flipping them in a punny way to fit the clue. So memoirs of a dance contest champion, life of stages. This could be completely wrong, but obviously. But let's just check some crosses and see if there's any chance it's correct. Other side of a playground argument. Oh, maybe not. Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is probably wrong. Classic creature feature about giant irradiated ants. Oh, is it them? I think that might be creature feature, so a film featuring these sort of monsters. I think it might be called them, but I'm not certain about that. No longer on deck. Ancestor of a termite, surprisingly. Well, surprisingly means I'm probably not going to jump right to it. Group at the top is I don't know. This could be wrong. It might not be them. I might be misremembering. Many a viral tweet is a joke or something. Something cocktail. First lady Eve, literally first lady in biblical telling. Incorporated or Ms. Interesting. Oh, these are both magazines. So because it's or, we're just looking for one of them, a magazine. So Incorporated magazine or Ms. magazine. Those are both magazines, and that's a clever mislead because it looks like it's referring to the actual things. The title in the case of Ms. or the company abbreviation in the case of Incorporated. But nope, only indirectly, by virtue of the subject matter of their respective magazines. Mr. Blue Sky Band to fans, the great song Mr. Blue Sky by the great band ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Many a viral tweet is a meme. So I was sort of on the right track with joke, but I should have thought of something more digitally native, more social media native. Okay, egg-like shape. And I know that the concept of memes is not specific to social media, but that's the sense in which it's being used here. Egg-like shape is an oval, a toy whose name is derived from the Danish for play well. Oh, Lego, that's great. That's a pretty fun bit of knowledge. Blank cocktail, a Molotov cocktail. So the, improvised thrown explosive device. Challenge accepted, it's on. Like international addresses to Americans. Not sure. Non-domestic? I'm not really sure what this is getting at. Okay, this is a place name, I think, in California, San Luis Obispo. Slightly obscure. I would say that's a relatively obscure place name if you aren't from California even. I mean, I would suspect there are quite a few people from the U.S. generally who don't know San Luis Obispo. I'm sure some do, but I don't think it's a household term. Conceited, it's in roughly northern California. Conceited is, if you're conceited, you're vain. And yeah, this does look like non-something. Like international addresses to Americans. I don't know. I'm trying to think what it would mean that doesn't just also mean international, which feels too straightforward. School whose daily newspaper is the Daily Réveillé? Is it a military academy? I'm not sure. Beats by Dre logo, essentially. I don't know. Boy, I'm not doing brilliantly well at this point, am I? Brushing, flossing, and avoiding sugar. Okay. A combo of some sort? There's a list of 3 things. Maybe it's a combo? Ballpoint brand. Yeah, that could be it. If that were combo, this could be Bic, which makes pens. So if this were an M, Beats by Dre logo. Oh, don't know. Oh, maybe it's a small b. I don't know, but that's Beats by Dre. I mean, it starts with a B, so maybe the logo, I don't have any products by that brand, but that seems incredibly plausible. So what about this? Maybe LSU, Louisiana State University. Oh, I mean, there's sort of French connection there. Not the French connection, but a French connection. So would that work? Non-US. Oh, okay. So it was just incredibly straightforward. I should have been thinking of something more straightforward than whatever it was I was trying to think of, which ended up being nothing. If he gives her a boost, he helps her. Gives a boost, helps. Okay. A boorish sort is a what? They know how you feel. Empaths, people who are empathic, have powerful empathy. They know how you feel, empaths. Okay, animated type for short is a toon, a cartoon. So I think in this case, toon being used to refer to a character in a cartoon. Champagne name could be Moet. Not pronounced Moe, surprisingly, because I think the co-founder of that house was German, possibly. So yeah, Moet and Chandon. I don't know, a or and, I guess, depending on whether you're saying it in French or English. Okay, actress inventor Lamar, Hedy Lamar, incredibly fascinating person. And as sort of a fact that went around a few years ago, because it is pretty fascinating, Hedy Lamar, in addition to being a star of the screen, as it says here, was an inventor and invented some of the technology that went on decades later to be used in Wi-Fi technology, which is fascinating. Okay, soul's partner, body and soul. And the river of Hades in Greek mythology is the river Styx. Deep black is onyx, so from the physical material, but often used to refer to the black as well, the color as well. What Mary might have had if she were into Italian sports cars. Oh, a Lambo, a Lamborghini. Oh, Mary's little Lambo. A little Lambo? Oh, that's funny. So okay, it's not at all the thing I was thinking before. It's that we're taking common phrases and we're adding O to the end. So that's the provenance of this O here. Memoirs of a Dance Contest Champion. Life in Limbo. There we go. There we go. I was on the wrong track entirely. Life. Well, I don't quite see it, but I think it's probably limbo. Life and limb. Life and limbo. There we go. I wasn't thinking of the phrase. Yep. Life and limb. Okay, great. All right, what else can we do? Drama starter. Act 1 of a play. Piece of theatrical performance, drama. Okay, so maybe this is them. Let's put that back in. No longer on deck. At bat. Right, okay, you were on deck, you were waiting to bat in a baseball game, and now you are no longer at deck because you are at bat. Ancestor of a termite, surprisingly. A roach? Is that surprising? Maybe that feels not surprising enough, so maybe it's not the answer. One side of a playground argument. Well, this looks like are not now, actually. Are not. This clue is why I gave up on my original thinking about whatever I thought this was. Life in, I don't know, whatever I thought it was. Life of Stages or something. Okay, group at the top is elite. Oops. And refused. If you refused somebody, you told them no. So I guess this is a roach. I suppose the surprise is that roaches are large and termites are small. But, I mean, when you look at some of the ways that, I don't know what birds evolved from, I mean, it's not that shocking, is it? Ancestor of a termite, surprisingly. Is there another animal that wouldn't be an A here that would be more surprising? Leaves hanging. No, that's the answer. Leaves hanging as a date. Bails on. It turns out it was surprising to me because it was less surprising than I expected, and that is surprising. So I suppose in my case the clue has still managed to be accurate. I guess you could arguably put that in front of anything and then claim it was surprisingly one way or another. De-wrinkles is irons, as in clothing. Oh, this must be On Being. Okay, I don't think I'm personally familiar with it, but that sounds like what this is going to be. A Peabody Award-winning radio show about spirituality, On Being. There we go. Other side of a playground argument. Are so. Oh, that's cute. We very rarely get this, so we have are not and are so. Two sides of a playground argument. So, what is this? Brushing, flossing, and avoiding sugar. Oh, something fine-tooth comb. This is clever. Fine-tooth combo. So I always thought it was fine-toothed comb, but I guess fine-tooth comb is fair enough as well. Fine-tooth combo. That's really good. Because, of course, this is a fine combo for your teeth. The combo of brushing, flossing, and avoiding sugar. Okay, to get promoted despite poor performance is to fail upward, or fail up. If something is held as a backup, it's in store or in... Yeah, I'm not sure. Blank a lot, Dracula's expression of gratitude. Fangs a lot. So I guess that's sort of playing on Dracula's stereotypical accent, of course, as well. Obviously the fangs bit, but then also it sounds like it's kind of fangs a lot. You could sort of say it in that way, I suppose. Okay, once named is nay. So this has come up a few times recently in the puzzle. Nay, the French for born. And what's interesting? I don't remember if I've observed this before. This is the feminine form of nay, but I don't know that I've ever seen the masculine form used in English, which is we just have ne. So I wonder if that's because it's usually used to refer to women's maiden names. But I honestly can't remember if I've seen it used in a masculine context, spelled in the masculine manner. I honestly can't remember. Anyway. Okay, gossip slangily is T. Oh, right. I was thinking for some reason, I don't know why I started this way. I was thinking gossip as a verb, but this is gossip as a noun. So, people say spill the tea. You're sharing the gossip. Okay, what's her name? Common phrase. And rainbow's path, the rainbow follows an arc. Boorish sort is a... Oh, why can't I see that? I don't know. We have another MBO. It's not just O's, they're MBOs. Interesting. That must be intentional. I don't think that would be an accident. There's surely other phrases that aren't going to need to end with MB in order to be followed by an O. So yeah, I think it's MBO altogether. That's interesting. Anyway, Dumbo, Disney classic without any extra features. This one I feels a bit more difficult. I'm not sure offhand. Let's keep looking. Sprinting star at the Seoul Olympics, familiarly. I'm not sure. As a backup, right, DMV issuance, so DMV is the Department of Motor Vehicles. A driver's license, a license, just LIC? Yeah, that's plausible. Okay, Brazilian greetings are olas, right? Is that right? I'm pretty sure that's right. Brazilian Portuguese. As a backup is just in case. There we go. And I still don't know this. Why do I keep looking at it? Word with rock or soap. Rock opera or soap opera. There we go. So rock opera, concept album, and a soap opera, obviously a sort of daytime television serial. Sprinting star at the Seoul Olympics, familiarly, is... didn't help. All those crosses. I'll have to get every single cross. Mystical Doctor of Marvel Comics. Well, this I do know. Doctor Strange. And 11 Down's firstborn, Eve's firstborn is Cain, as in Cain and Abel. So compound found in marijuana for short. Is it CBT? No. No. Am I confusing this with cognitive behavioral therapy? Is it CBD? What about this? The cannabinoid, whatever? Hamlet, for one, is a Dane, Danish person. And blank peanut butter sandwiches, the amazing Mumford's catchphrase on Sesame Street. Oh boy, I don't know. I did watch Sesame Street when I was young, but I do not remember this at all. It doesn't even ring a bell. It's funny. What about this? Charged particle, an ion, and personal space on the internet maybe is a blog. So, a la peanut butter sandwiches, is that the answer? I'm just trying to think if that... Maybe it's meant as the amazing Mumford maybe is sort of a magician and it's like alakazam or something, but it's just sillier, so it's a la peanut butter sandwiches. That's probably it. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Disney classic without any extra features. Don't know. Just being Dumbo? Is there any way that's what it is? If you're saying, oh, I'm just being dumb. This is just being Dumbo? Why would it be being? That being is sort of weird if you're describing a film. Chum. No, it's not. So, just play. Just plays. It just plays Dumbo. Right. Okay. It doesn't have any extra features. It just plays Dumbo. I like that much more than my first thought. Chum is a pal. Silent Prez. Was Calvin Coolidge Silent Cal? Boy, that's a that's a deep American presidential poll there. Sing-song syllable, you could say tra-la-la. LGBT History Month, October. Schnauzer sound is arf, a schnauzer a dog. Invented, sort of speeding through these because I want to figure out if just place Dumbo is correct. Invented, this doesn't look great, does it? One who likes watching ducks or penguins, say. Don't know, I'm not confident about these. But this seems so correct. Cut down on the calories. Dieted, so cut down, of course, can be past tense as well. So yesterday I cut down on the calories. Yesterday I dieted. Oh, a churl. A boorish sort is a churl, as in a churlish person. There we go. I think in modern usage, this word is used more in its adjectival form, churlish, but of course, churl is the noun form, perfectly acceptable. Alternative to a tweet is a chirp, maybe. So a bird chirp instead of tweeting, and I think the misdirection here is we're being made to think of Twitter posts, but that's not what's going on. It's just, this is someone who likes watching ducks or penguins. So these must be NHL teams, National Hockey League teams, and so just plain dumb. There we go. Okay, this all seemed not quite right, and it wasn't quite right. So I needed 3 guesses to get to just plain Dumbo. Invented is fiction. You could say, oh, that's not true. That's invented. That's fiction. So here, fiction is being used as an adjective rather than a noun. Okay, work period is a shift. You work a shift. Stars that are blowing up are novae. No. I was going to say novae, but that doesn't work with, fictive. There we go. Yeah, novae. Okay, so it does cross with this. So, and I do think fiction can be used as an adjective. I mean, obviously, fictional is the more common adjective, but I do think it's possible to use fiction as an adjective in limited circumstances. But in any case, this is also fictive, yet another adjectival form of that word. So invented, fictive. There we go. So an NHL fan is who this is, and wielder of the hammer Mjolnir would be the Norse god Thor, and it's hot. Oh, at first thought it was brand, as in you brand something with a hot iron, but no, it's a trend. A trend is hot, a fad, a trend in that case, in that sort of sense. And then if winning blank everything, why do they keep score? If winning isn't everything, why do they keep score? Vince Lombardi. And indeed, why do we record this crossword streak? This fairly, I don't know what to think about it. The fact that I have a 1,289-day crossword streak. I'm not going to think about it too hard, I think. So there we have it. Wednesday puzzle. I think that was pretty, I think, well-tuned difficulty for a Wednesday puzzle overall. And I took a big swing at this theme early on and completely struck out the Memoirs of a Dance Contest Champion. But in any case, so we had so this is interesting. We have phrases that have an O appended, but there's sort of what seems to me, unless I'm missing something, an arbitrary rule governing the selection of those phrases, which is that they must end in MB. I don't know if that means anything. If it does, and I've missed it, let me know, because I'm not quite sure. But it does make the construction more impressive, because Jason Reich had to find additional ways to, or not additional ways, sorry, he had to find a smaller subset of phrases that could actually go in this puzzle and still work with the O on the end. I mean, it's a pretty rigorous requirement, really. So we had Life and Limb becomes Life and Limbo, the Memoirs of a Dance Contest Champion. Our Fine-Tooth Comb became a Fine-Tooth Combo, the combo of brushing, flossing, and avoiding sugar. Something that was just plain dumb becomes just plain Dumbo, the Disney classic, without any extra features. And finally, Mary's Little Lamb is upgraded to Mary's Little Lambo, which she might have had if she were into Italian sports cars. And there we have it. That was the Wednesday crossword by Jason Reich. A good debut effort. And I think I just have a single correction from yesterday's puzzle. So let's quickly take a look at that. It was a pronunciation note about the actor whose name I pronounced something like Lauren Cohen or something is what I would have said. And GLA3DR said, interesting, Interestingly, this surname is not pronounced the normal way with a silent H as you did. It's actually pronounced with an aspirated H and an an rhyming with can. So Lauren Cohan. So there we go. Apologies to Ms. Cohan. And that is how you pronounce her name. And this is how I conclude a crossword video. I will be back tomorrow for the Thursday puzzle when we will step it up in terms of the complexity or obscurity or difficulty of the theme, most likely. And by extension, the rest of the puzzle. So do join me for tomorrow's Thursday puzzle, but until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.